Hey, it's Nick and welcome back to the channel. Now what I'm going to be doing is something that I've never done before, and it is going to be reviewing some of my LEGO Transformers from like a year ago. Now first off, what I'm going to be doing is reviewing them from a scale 1 to 10, and this is mainly going to be reviewing the ones that were in the green stud box that looked absolutely horrendous, and I don't still understand why I chose that. It was an awful decision. It looks awful. None of the pictures from that era, I guess you could say, looked any good. But I'd say let's get into the very first LEGO Transformer, which is, okay, it's Bumblebee Movie, Mini Optimus. I'd say that this is a solid 2 out of 10. It's really not that good. It doesn't look anything like Optimus. Next is Shockwave. Yeah, it's not really all that good either. Solid 2 out of 10. Okay, so next is my version 2 Optimus. Now, a big thing that I'm going to say is that this is actually my version 2 because I made a video about another one that was originally titled version 2, which was just Rollouts Optimus, but this is my own. And at the time, I was really proud of it. I still kind of am because I wouldn't be where I am without this Prime. In fact, a lot of the features from my new one, like clear windows, and that's pretty much it, came from this guy. So 5 out of 10, pretty good. Next is the Fallen. Yeah, that's a 0 out of 10 for me, sorry. Next we have is Soundwave. This doesn't look anything like Soundwave from the movie. It's more like Rollouts Soundwave, which was incredibly stylized. 2 out of 10. Sorry, guys. Okay, so I believe that this is probably the best LEGO Transformer I made at the time. I still think that it would fit in decently with my newer stuff. Sure, it isn't very good. You can literally see the windscreen in his chest, which doesn't look good. And it was kind of stupid how I did that, but I still think that this is really good. And as my very first ever request, I think I did a pretty good job with this. I don't really get too many requests, but that's probably because I say that I'll block you anytime you request something. So yeah, I'd say that Jazz is a solid 6 out of 10. Next, we have Revenge of the Fallen Megatron, which is pretty good. My Revenge of the Fallen Megatrons haven't really actually changed too far from that, but then also, I did a lot of Megatrons last year, and they're all very bad and based off of this, so I'd say 3 out of 10. Okay, so next we have Barricade, which I didn't even really try with this guy, to be honest with you. I got a request for him, and there was some techniques I wanted to use. Not even techniques, they're just pieces I wanted to use, like the hinges in his arms, those white hinge pieces. I'd say a solid 2 out of 10 as well. Next, we have my Bumblebee. Now, I really like this guy. He was actually a desk toy for a while, until I realized that his chest was the size of the moon, and then I really wanted to do another one, which I did. I did it way better, which is going to be in the part 2 for this video, so I'd say probably 4 out of 10, because I do really like it. Next, we have Devastator. I worked on this guy for so long, and he barely stayed together. Yeah, that's pretty much the end of that review of him. Probably a 2 out of 10. He's really not that good, but I do like, his head, I guess. Something I get asked constantly is, when am I going to finish the Ratchet? And the answer to that is never. I'm never going to finish it, so shut up and stop asking. But for my very first Ratchet, this is pretty good. The technique in his legs, it took me hours to figure that out, and I finished him the same day, which says a lot about how he turned out. I really did not try that hard for these guys when I finished them, which does show in the end result. But I do think he's pretty good. I'd say a solid 5 out of 10. Okay, next we have my very first movie triple changer. Honestly, this one's really good for a triple changer of mine. Sure, the legs are not accurate. Sure, the shoulders are not accurate. Sure, the chest is barely accurate. Everything else is inaccurate. But it does turn into 3 different things, which the next one does. But this guy, this girl, apologies, I'm going to give her a 4 out of 10. The build, I mean, sorry. This guy, Now this guy sucks. Oh, I'm going to do a part 2 just because I really want to, and I want to make something out of this even though I'm not monetized. But this guy sucks. 0 out of 10.